Your first defense is most likely against pound-for-pound #1 in the world, the lightweight champion, Islam Makhachev. Talk me through about that particular matchup and what you think and how excited you are to prove yourself yet again.
Yeah, it's the dream first title defense, pound-for-pound #1. Get him back for Volk. We saw what Volk did to him. I'm gonna get him. He's too little. I'm gonna get him.
I think it's good for him to move up, you know. I think obviously he was a big weight cut for him. He's obviously getting bigger, growing. I think it's a good move for him. I just think it's bad timing.
Jack Della Maddalena has just sent a brutal warning to Islam Makhachev ahead of their massive UFC 322 showdown at Madison Square Garden. The Australian welterweight champion isn't just confident, he's promising to break the former lightweight king. But that's not all. His coach Craig Jones just dropped a hilarious bombshell about JDM's, let's say, unique training methods. Trust me, you're going to want to hear this one.
Just break his will, break his face.
What do you think about Islam? He's obviously gone up a division. He's said that he's, enjoyed just stuffing his face whatever he wants. Do you think that's going to work in his favour?
I mean, I think it's good, you know. I always try, even the younger guys, I try and tell them, a lot of people leave a lot of themselves out in the weight cut, you know. And I think that can be detrimental. So I expect the best Islam Makhachev ever. I feel like he'll be fully fueled, so I expect a tough fight.
You also expect that you'll finish him? Are we thinking a punch to the head, or is that how you
wait and see? Anything, you know, any strike to the head, the body.
Yeah.
Just break his will, break his face.
And with Della would have been doing some seminars in Perth. So we had a relationship for a bit of time, but really I was just a fan. And I keep saying this, I've stolen a lot of moves from him, but I think he smoked so many bonks that he forgets that those are his moves, and I got to reteach them back to him and take full credit for it.
UFC 322 is shaping up to be one of the biggest cards of the year, and it's all going down on November 15th at the iconic Madison Square Garden. Jack Della Maddalena will be making his first title defense against one of the most dominant fighters in UFC history, Islam Makhachev. Now here's what makes this fight so intriguing. Islam is moving up to welterweight for the first time, chasing that second division glory. He recently vacated his lightweight belt, where he was on an absolutely insane 15-fight winning streak. The guy has beaten everyone: Dustin Poirier, Alexander Volkanovski twice, Renato Moicano, you name it.
This next one with Islam, I don't know what the streets are saying. I don't really tap into much, but I know the streets will probably be like, oh, you're just a striker, you know, boxer. Islam's going to do this or that.
I think a lot of people look at it as like striker grappler, but it's not really. Like, Islam's more than just a grappler. Like, he's a strong all-round. Obviously, he's one of the best MMA guys. I think a lot of people just think he'll be able to hold me down. I think I got some tricks to get up.
I don't think he can keep you down. Even if you hit the ground, like I said, your butterfly guard, but I think it's the urgency.
Yeah.
You're just like, nah, it's like the floor is lava. But on the feet, I might be biased, but I love them things. And again, you throw some leg kicks, you know, but for me, it's just a body shot. And the way you stalk people, you're not scared to get hit or slip a punch to rip one back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Are you going to call your shot and say who you want next, or just...
Nah, they can come to me, right?
The
king.
Fucking love it.
I'm going to break Islam Makhachev, take his pound-for-pound spot, and it's going to be a great moment for my career.
But Jack Della Maddalena, he's not impressed, not even a little bit. During the UFC 322 countdown show, JDM laid out exactly how he sees this fight going down. And let me tell you, he's not holding back. Here's what the Australian champion said. I see it going similar to the Belal Muhammad fight. Islam will try a few more takedowns, but I believe I'll be able to get back to my feet every round and sting him on the feet, damage him, break him, and then finish him. That would be the dream, to get a finish at MSG and blow the roof off the place.
And then just add momentum to his drive.
I see it going similar to Belal fights.
He's in there with the best wrestling guy he's ever faced. Oh, great job by Jack.
Yeah, that was nice.
I tell you, Della Maddalena's takedown defense looks better than it ever has.
There we go.
Oh, there it is. He's up.
Islam will try a bit more for takedowns, but ultimately I believe I'll be able to get back to my feet every round and really be able to sting him on the feet, damage him.
Whoa!
Oh, heavy shot.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, body shot, now a headshot. Oh, my
Muhammad
God.
retreats.
Break him and then take him out.
Della Maddalena is not linking up the gas. He has improved so much.
That'd be the dream, get the finish in MSG, blow the roof off the place.
Try to finish offensively.
Western Australia, you have a world champion.
All right, guys, time.
Break him. Those are fighting words right there. Now here's where it gets interesting. Despite being the reigning defending welterweight champion, JDM is coming into this fight as a massive underdog. We're talking over $3 to Islam's $1.45. Sound familiar? Because that's exactly what happened before his title fight against Belal Muhammad. Jack's head coach, Ben Vickers, actually loves this position. In a recent interview with Fox Sports Australia, Vickers said, "Love it, mate. Make Jack the underdog forever. He'll just keep on turning up to beat whoever you put in front of him." He's been doing it for a decade, but Vickers didn't stop there. He made an absolutely bold prediction. He's just taken Belal Muhammad's streak. Next, he'll take Islam's streak. Then it will be Shavkat Rakhmonov's streak. He'll take them all.
Pretty much. Even if I'm normally the underdog, and I always like that. I feel like I've always got something to prove.
Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't really bother me. I probably, even if I was the favorite, I'd still go in there thinking I've got everything to prove, and I'd still go in there with the underdog mindset.
Yeah.
According to Vickers, the disrespect is actually fueling JDM. Walking around Montreal before the Muhammad fight, Vickers said it felt like they were the only ones who believed Jack would win. The coach revealed he was so disrespected, and you could see that in Jack's demeanor. He felt people were belittling him, and that's why you saw a different side of Jack that week, because he won't be disrespected.
The clip that has gone viral of your coach, Ben Vickers, talking to you going into the fifth round. What did he say?
You are not tired, all right? 5 minutes to realize all your dreams. Let's go. Safety first. Stay focused. Keep pinging the...
And whenever I watch that clip,
It's fantastic.
it gives me goosebumps.
That motivates you in the moment?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Especially, I feel like I was getting a bit excited.
His coach has said, ping him and move, ping him and move.
I think he could tell, so he was just saying, like, keep it safe, don't do anything silly. But then also keep pinging the... take him out.
Oh my goodness! Della Maddalena is not linking up the gas. And no!
Okay, now we need to talk about what Craig Jones just said, because this is absolutely gold. For those who don't know, Craig Jones is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu legend, former IBJJF JFNOG world champion, ADCC silver medalist, founder of B-Team Jiu-Jitsu, and JDM's grappling coach. The guy knows his stuff. But during a recent podcast appearance, Jones dropped this absolute gem about his star student. "I'm just a fan of Jack Della Maddalena. I keep saying this. I've stolen a lot of moves from him, but I think he smokes so many bongs that he forgets that those are his moves, and I get to reteach them back to him, and I take full credit for it."
Last time I trained with Della would have been doing some seminars in Perth. So we had a relationship for a bit of time, but really I was just a fan. And I keep saying this, like I've stolen a lot of moves from him, but I think he smokes so many bongs that he forgets that those are his moves, and I got to reteach them back to him and take full credit for it.
Now, Jones is known for his comedic antics and over-the-top humor, so take this with a grain of salt. But the image of one of the UFC's top welterweights being so naturally gifted that he forgets his own techniques, that's both hilarious and impressive if you think about it. What Jones is really saying here is that JDM's fight IQ is so high, he's creating moves instinctively that even world-class grapplers can learn from. So how does Jack actually plan to beat Islam Makhachev? Let's break down the game plan.
Well, you finishing this one? I'm going to go for it. You know, I would love, obviously, that'd be the best case scenario to get finished. I can see it happening. I can see it blowing the roof off MSG, taking out pound for pound one, number one with no doubts, you know. Finish should be winning. His grappling's a bit better than Belal's, but he gets hit a lot more than Belal does. Does that give you confidence that you're going to be able to tag him a few times? I mean, definitely, they're different fighters, different challenges. So, yeah, obviously there's some similarities within the grappling style, but yeah, I definitely look at Islam as a completely different challenge.
JDM is drawing direct parallels to his fight with Belal Muhammad, another elite wrestler who tried to control him on the ground. Jack's confidence comes from his ability to scramble back to his feet and do damage on the feet. His brother Josh, who's also in his corner, explained it perfectly. By late round 1, round 2, Islam will be saying, "This is harder than I thought." And now the third round comes and you're still going. Jack is landing hard shots. I think it will be quite troubling for Islam. And that's when the upset comes. But not everyone is convinced. Belal Muhammad himself recently weighed in, saying, "Jack makes mistakes on the ground. He'll give up his back. He'll give up his neck. He'll give up an arm triangle. And you can't do that with Islam. Islam is going to see that, and he's going to exploit it."
How do you think Islam versus JDM goes down? Honestly, I think Islam will probably take it down. Like, Islam's wrestled really good. Like, even with me, I like really commit to it. I took it down. Their team's so good at like hacking it, game plan and sticking to it.
You said that you kind of abandoned the game plan a little. Do you think if you got a rematch, you would change the game plan a bit?
No, I mean, honestly, I think I won three rounds, but you have to go out there and make it more clear. When you get into the cage and you're fighting, right, you get into that, like, all right, I feel like striking. Let's keep going. I was doing well with it. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. If your coach is trying to get you to focus on the game plan again, it's like, man, I'm doing well with it. You're thinking you're doing better than you are. Every fight, you gain something from it, right? This fight, I gained something from it.
Belal predicts that if Islam can get the fight to the ground early and make Jack work, it's going to be a long night for the Australian. And let's not forget, Islam is supremely confident too. He recently said, "I can strike with anyone." On November 15th, I will show you who the best fighter in the world is. This fight has massive implications for both men.
Наконец-то смог я тебя зимой вытащить.
Обратно в вторую. В домашних условиях не повторять.
Yeah, what did you think about the fight on its way to the eye poke? What did you take from those 4 minutes?
Good. Looked like we were in for a few rounds and it was going to be a good fight.
It would seem obvious that a rematch is right on the cards. Would you like to just rebook these guys as soon as Tom is able to get back in there?
Yeah. Total pain in the ass, but yes.
Yeah. Have you got any medical update on Tom, or is it still too soon?
He's on his way to the hospital. I said earlier, because of the John Jones fight, I think everybody was sleeping on Cyril Gane and sort of wrote him off. But I feel like, you know, I'm sure in his camp, he was training like an animal for this fight. And it's unfortunate that it ended the way that it did. And yes, I think that there probably will be a lot more interest in the rematch after they saw, you know, he had Tom bloodied up and, you know, Tom didn't want to continue in the fight. So the rematch is very interesting.
Dana White silences the haters with explosive Tom Aspinall revelation. After wild speculation sent shockwaves through the UFC world claiming the heavyweight champion was finished and would never fight again, the UFC boss just dropped a jaw-dropping update that changes everything. The rumors of career-threatening eye damage.
I was devastated. Right? When your main event, and it's heating up and it looks like it's going to be a really good fight, and then it ends with an eye poke, and that's how the fight ends. It's brutal. You know, he's at home, he's recovering. And as soon as he's able to fight again, we'll book the rematch.
I was going to say, how long before he can fight again? And can we assume that you're going to run that back and book a rematch?
Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, you know, we haven't heard that, you know, there's anything. He doesn't have detached retina. There's no damage to the eye. So, you know, he should heal up soon, and we'll figure out when we can make the fight again.
Completely false. White confirms Aspinall has no serious injury and is already gearing up for an explosive rematch that fans are desperate to see. This is the comeback story no one saw coming. We've got some major news about Tom Aspinall's condition after that devastating eye poke at UFC 321. Dana White just dropped an exclusive update that's going to shock a lot of people. Let's get right into it.
There's no boxing.
UFC.
Hey man, what is UFC? It's martial arts. Right?
Yeah, in a cage.
Include like this?
No, that's illegal.
That's illegal, right?
Yes.
Not supposed to do that.
So let's rewind to what happened at UFC 321 last month. The undisputed UFC heavyweight title was on the line between defending champion Tom Aspinall and #1 contender Cyril Gane. This was the fight everyone wanted to see. Aspinall and Gane were trading punches in round 1, and honestly, it was heating up to be an absolute banger. But then disaster struck. Gane accidentally poked a bloody Aspinall in both of his eyes, rendering him completely unable to continue. The title fight was declared a no contest with no winner.
There should be serious punishment for eye pokes in the UFC. And if it's egregious, you should be DQ'd. And so Cyril Gane, you fucking forked his eye with your hand fully open. And then when you landed his eye, you like hooked it. Like, what did you think was going to happen, bro? I'm gutted for these athletes. You go through a whole fucking camp just to have that happen. And then for the fans to just cancel because some dumb shit.
Now, here's where the controversy comes in. Under the official MMA rulebook, since the eye poke was ruled unintentional, the bout was declared a no contest. But UFC legend Alistair Overeem told TalkSport that he believes Gane should have been disqualified. Overeem said, and I quote, "I have no bias, but if you're not able to continue to fight because of a foul, it's actually a disqualification. It shouldn't be a no contest, and it was also really a severe injury. We could see the finger go in halfway."
Because if you look at the Aspinall Gane fight, I have no bias, but if you're not able to continue to fight because of a fall, it's actually disqualification. Shouldn't be a no contest. And it was also really a severe injury, right? We could see the finger go in like halfway. So yeah, no, I'm very fortunate I never had to deal with that. Looked very painful.
That's a brutal assessment from the Reem himself. And honestly, when you watch the replay, you can see just how bad that eye poke was. Aspinall was sent straight to the hospital in Abu Dhabi, and days later, his father Andy issued a worrying update saying his son still can't see out of one eye. This led to massive speculation online. Were Aspinall's fighting days over? Would he ever be the same? The rumors started flying.
Alistair, can I start by talking about your thoughts on the recent UFC heavyweight title fight between Tom Aspinall and Cyril Gane?
Yes, all right. My thoughts about the Gane and Aspinall heavyweight bout. Unfortunate the way that it had to end the way it did. I think a rematch is warranted. Since, of course, the eye poke is not... it's accidental. Yeah, what else?
What did you think of there was quite a lot of controversy afterwards. People questioning Tom Aspinall, whether he should have continued. What was your thoughts on it? I'm sure you've had some difficult moments in fights and had to persevere through them. But when it comes to eye pokes, what did you think about that?
I think we can all see on the pictures that the eye poke was very deep.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you ever had an eye poke, but it can be very painful. And especially if it's going to go in that deep, there's going to be damage. And even if there would not be permanent damage, even if it would be a bruise, it's very painful. Because behind your eye is about this thick, your brain is behind it. And it hurts. I think looking at Aspinall's face, you could see he was in pain. Now, I'll tell you this: if you're in a fight, adrenaline levels spike, and you're not supposed to feel pain. So if you're in a fight and you feel pain, after the fight, when those adrenaline levels drop, you're going to be in excruciating pain. So I think Aspinall made the right call to decide not to fight, and yeah, I think we can all be happy that he doesn't have permanent eye damage.
But now, weeks removed from that anticlimactic ending, UFC boss Dana White has finally given us the update we've all been waiting for. And let me tell you, it's much better news than anyone expected. White appeared on the Jim Rome Show on Thursday night, and when asked about the UFC 321 main event, here's what he said. "Devastating. I was devastated. When you're in the main event and it's heating up, and it looks like it's going to be a really good fight, and then it ends with an eye poke, and that's how the fight ends. It's brutal.
That was devastating.
Right?
When you're in main event and it's heating up and it looks like it's going to be a really good fight, and then it ends with an eye poke, and that's how the fight ends. It's brutal. He's at home, he's recovering, and as soon as he's able to fight again, we'll book the rematch.
I was going to say, how long before he can fight again, and can we assume that you're going to run that back and book a rematch?
Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, we haven't heard that there's anything. He doesn't have detached retina. There's no damage to the eye, so he should heal up soon, and we'll figure out when we can make the fight again.
You can hear the frustration in Dana's voice, right? This was supposed to be the heavyweight fight of the year, and it ended before it even really got started. But here comes the most important part. Dana gave us a major health update on Aspinall. Listen to this. He's at home, he's recovering, and as soon as he's able to fight again, we'll book the rematch. I mean, as far as I know, we haven't heard that there's anything. He doesn't have a detached retina. There's no damage to the eye, so he should heal up soon, and we'll figure out when we can fight again.
He doesn't have detached retina. There's no damage to the eye, so he should heal up soon, and we'll figure out when we can make the fight again. He's at home, he's recovering, and as soon as he's able to fight again, we'll book the rematch.
Let me repeat that for the people in the back. No detached retina, no damage to the eye. Aspinall is going to be just fine. This is huge news, fight fans. After all the worry and speculation, after his father said he couldn't see out of one eye, Dana White is confirming that Tom Aspinall has no serious long-term eye damage. He's currently recovering at home in England, and according to Dana, he should heal up soon.
Look at it, looks like you're doing that. Right.
It's good that he stopped the fight.
Yeah. Of course. You should stop the fight until you are good again and until you heal from ophthalmology department from our side. After, not for this visit, after the second visit, after mutual thing coming back to normal, the vision, I think, okay? But we didn't find anything dangerous. Okay.
So to all those rumors saying Aspinall's career was over, Dana White just shut that down completely. Now, let's talk about what comes next. Dana made it crystal clear. The rematch is happening. He said, as soon as he's able to fight again, we'll book the rematch. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. This fight is getting rebooked.
Got a twitchy eye today. My eye just keeps twitching.
You know, my eye's been twitching a lot the last few days.
What does that mean?
I don't know, it could be very spiritual. I'm not sure.
Why do you keep talking about spiritual stuff?
Because you're a spiritual guy,
I
Tom.
don't think I am, but my eye's switching.
So when could we see Aspinall versus Gain 2? Well, according to reports, this rematch will likely go down in the first half of 2026. The UFC has yet to roll out their complete schedule for next year, but we know their event at the White House is scheduled for June. Here's where it gets interesting. According to Nolan King, the UFC has requested an event permit for January 24th at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, which will likely be UFC 324. This would be the first major event under the UFC's new $7 billion deal with Paramount in the USA. And then, of course, there's the elephant in the room, Jon Jones. On Thursday, Jones confessed to reneging on a verbal agreement to fight Aspinall. He told No Scripts podcast, "I'm giving Dana his space. We had a verbal agreement that didn't go over well. Nothing was finalized. The way things went down, I was wrong. I wish that I could see him face to face and apologize to him."
Talking to Dana, how's he feeling?
I'm giving Dana his space. You know, Dana has changed my life. He's changed my children's lives.
Yeah.
I'm forever grateful to him. We had a verbal agreement that didn't go over well. Nothing was finalized, but I was wrong. I wish that I could see him face to face and just apologize to him so that we can let bygones be bygones and get back to making some major money for the sport and really entertaining these fans.
He's a businessman, and there's no doubt that you are his favorite fighter of all time. There's the memes of it. He loves you.
When he's feeling me, I think I'm one of his favorite fighters. When he's not feeling me, I'm probably the reason why he has a bald head.
But Jones retired with the desire to fight light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira at the White House card instead. Both fighters are publicly campaigning for a non-title heavyweight fight. so it's extremely unlikely Jones would agree to fight Aspinall now. Dana White has publicly stated there's a 1,000,000,000 to 1 chance Jones competes at the White House after imploding the Aspinall negotiations. So yeah, we can pretty much forget about that super fight happening.
Just wondered, at this point, is there anything in the next few months or several months that John could do where you could say, okay, I actually trust him to put him on that card?
Let me ask you, what do you think John would do in the next couple of months that would make me trust putting him on the White House card?
Well, I would not trust him, but I would like to see him fight Aspinall on that card down the road.
So I already said that I don't trust him, and you're asking me what could he do for me to trust him in the next 3 months? You don't trust him.
Well, yes, but you talk to him. I don't.
Yeah. No, I don't talk to him either. I haven't talked to him at all.
Well, there's a greater chance you'll talk to him than I'll talk to him.
Yeah. I would not bet on, if I had to make odds, it's 1,000,000,000 to 1 that I put John Jones on the White House card.
All right, I think that ends the questions on it.
Yeah.
Firstly, what do you think about that?
Oh, my friend and training partner has just got to the UFC. So, like, he's potentially like 2 or 3 wins away from like a title shot. So the thing is, if I'd never won a title, I'd never touched gold before, we would have to fight. But now I've done it, I would be like, I'll vacate it and he can have his time.
You know what I think about that. Yes. Before you even ask me. I hate that, many friends, relatives, name it, have all fought each other before. It doesn't determine whether you are friends with somebody or you hate somebody. You're competing against them to see who the best is. But that's his decision, to even think about vacating it because you don't want to compete against somebody is absolutely insane. But he's a grown man. That's up to him.
Dana White drops a massive bombshell to Tom Aspinall and his father after he wants to leave UFC. Tom Aspinall's first undisputed heavyweight title defense ended in absolute chaos. But here's the kicker. Instead of supporting his champion, who just suffered a horrific eye injury, Dana White dropped a massive bombshell at the press conference that has the entire MMA world in an uproar.
A lot of energy in this fight, so I'm a little bit disappointed, but this is the sport.
Cyril, you were fighting a wonderful first round.
From the brutal double eye poke that ended the fight, to Dana's shocking comments at the press conference, to the MMA community's explosive reaction UFC 321 Abu Dhabi, Tom Aspinall, the newly crowned undisputed heavyweight champion, is making his first title defense against the crafty Frenchman Cyril Gane. The fight was competitive. Gane was moving well, using his footwork and technical striking. Tom was loading up on power shots, showing new techniques we'd never seen before, including a high kick that surprised everyone. Cyril Gane's fingers, not his fist, but his extended fingers, meet Tom Aspinall's face. And we're not talking about a little poke here. This was a double eye poke. Both eyes, simultaneously. The replay shows Gane's middle knuckle going under Aspinall's eyelid and along his eyeball. The left eye poke was particularly deep. Tom immediately signals to the referee, clearly in distress.
Cyril Gane in black. Tom Cyril Gane. Moving into Aspinall. Oh, nice. Aspinall goes hot.
And Cyril Gane was ranked higher than Tom.
Quick jab from Gane.
Don't love the spinning.
Leaky here early.
Is he scared? The wolf.
Look like an eye poke there as Gane.
He's saying, I can't see. I can't see. The fight is waved off. Tom Aspinall cannot continue. The crowd, who paid big money and flew in from around the world, starts booing. They're booing the champion as he's lying on the canvas, unable to see out of either eye. Tom, clearly emotional and confused, grabs the microphone and says, "What are you booing me for? I got double eye poked."
I know you want to go and get medical attention, but talk us through your thought process and what you're feeling right now.
Guys, I just got poked knuckle deep in the eyeball. Why are you booing? What am I supposed to do about it? I didn't do the poke. I can't see.
He's then rushed to the hospital, where he goes in and out for days, with his vision still affected 4 days later, according to reports. Now here's where it gets absolutely wild. While Tom Aspinall is being rushed to the hospital, unable to see, Dana White steps up to the post-fight press conference. And what does he say? Let me read you the exact quote. "I can't make people fight. You can't make someone continue if they feel injured." Gane had Tom bloodied up, and Tom didn't want to continue in the fight. Only Tom knows what happened. Could he see? Couldn't he see? Only he knows.
And you definitely can't make somebody continue if they feel they've been injured. Only Tom knows what happened. You know, could he see? Couldn't he see? Could he continue? Only he knows that.
Did you catch that? Tom didn't want to continue in the fight. Not Tom suffered an illegal strike. Not Tom was fouled with multiple eye pokes. Just Tom didn't want to continue.
Tom didn't want to continue in the fight, so.
Not Tom was fouled with an illegal strike, multiple illegal strikes.
Dana then went on to praise Cyril Gane's performance, calling him incredible and dominant. He said the situation was a pain in the ass, but that he would rebook the fight. Ariel Helwani absolutely exploded online, calling Dana's comments irresponsible and embarrassing for the UFC. He pointed out that Dana didn't call out Gane once, even though Gane caused the fight-ending foul. Instead, Dana seemed to protect Gane while throwing his own champion under the bus. Ariel Helwani brought up an important point about intentional versus unintentional fouls. He said, "This notion of intentional versus unintentional is the stupidest thing in sports. A foul is a foul. You don't see NBA referees converging to ask if a player meant to commit a foul. The ball just goes the other way."
This notion of intentional versus unintentional is the stupidest shit in sports. Period. Period. You don't hear it anywhere else. Let me ask you guys a question. Yesterday, I'm watching the New York Knicks against the Miami Heat. Crucial juncture of the game. Knicks are down like 8 or so. They have the ball. Josh Hart gets called for an offensive foul. Illegal screen. Do the referees converge and say, like, did he mean to do that or did he not mean to do that? No. A foul is a foul. Ball goes the other way.
And he's right. Whether Gane meant to poke Tom in the eyes or not, it's still an illegal strike that ended the fight. Michael Bisping, a former UFC champion who famously fought with one eye, defended Tom's decision. He said, "If you can't see, you're allowed to say you can't see. Tom is the champion of the world. He doesn't want to go out there when his vision is impaired and potentially lose a fight that was shaping up to be difficult."
The reality is, if you can't see...
Tell the truth.
If you can't see, you're allowed to say you can't see. People might point at me and say, well, you fought with one eye. Yeah, that was a secret because I shouldn't have been fighting. You know, Tom is the champion of the world. He doesn't want to go out there when his vision is impaired or vision is massively affected and potentially lose a fight that was shaping up to be a difficult fight.
Even the analysts noted that this wasn't a one-sided beatdown. Yes, Tom had a bloody nose. Yes, Gane was fighting well, but Tom was landing nasty shots too. The fight was competitive, and there's no evidence that Tom was looking for a way out, as some suggested. The betting odds tell the story. Tom opened as a 3.5 to 1 favorite. After this incident, odds makers are suggesting the rematch could be close. Gane might even become the favorite. That's not because Tom quit. It's because the narrative around him has been unfairly damaged.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Jason Berzon from the Southwest contest at 4 minutes, 35 seconds of the first round. We were at the now. This fight is declared no contest. I'm here with Tom.
First, just weeks before UFC 321, Tom appeared on the XTC Gigs podcast and said something that clearly irritated Dana. Tom's friend and training partner, Ante Delija, had just entered the UFC's heavyweight top 10. Tom said if Delija ever fought his way to a title shot, Tom would vacate the belt rather than fight his friend. Tom explained, "If I'd never won a title, I'd be like, we have to fight because that's my dream. But now I've done it. I'd vacate IT, and he can have his time. I wouldn't fight him. No chance. He's one of my genuine friends. There's some stuff to me that's more important than money and titles."
So the thing is, if I'd never won a title, I'd never touched gold before, we would have to fight because that's my dream.
Yeah.
But now I've done it, I would be like, I'll vacate it and he can have his time.
Really?
So if it comes to it, you're just not fighting him?
I wouldn't fight him. No chance. No chance.
Damn. Fucking
no.
props.
That's
really?
Yeah. That's so I've got guys who I train with, of course, and I've trained with them for years and stuff. And I've got other guys who are my like genuine friends.
Yeah.
And he's one of like my genuine friends. I would never like there's some stuff to me that's like more important than like money and titles. And like I say, I've won the title. I've done that.
Second, Tom's father and head coach, Andy Aspinall, gave an interview during Fight Week where he revealed his desire for Tom to finish his UFC contract and move to boxing, where bigger paydays would be waiting. This isn't new. Andy has said this before, but the timing raised eyebrows. Some speculated the UFC might delay Tom's final fight out of spite,